ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तन्न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः। देवाय तस्मै नमः। 26 onwards. यावत् यावत् सञ्जायते किञ्चित्
यावत् सञ्जायते किञ्चित्
सत्त्वं स्थावरजङ्गमम्
सत्त्वं स्थावरजङ्गमम्
क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञसंयोगात्
क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञसंयोगात्
तद्विद्धि भरतर्षभ।
तद्विद्धि भरतर्षभ।
समं सर्वेषु भूतेषु
समं सर्वेषु भूतेषु
तिष्ठं परमेश्वरम्
तिष्ठन्तं परमेश्वरम्
विनश्यत्स्व विनश्यन्तम्
विनश्यत्स्व विनश्यन्तम्
यः पश्यति स पश्यति
य पश्यति स पश्यति
समं पश्यन् हि सर्वत्र
समं पश्यन् हि सर्वत्र
अवस्थितमीश्वरम्
समवस्थितमीश्वरम्
न हि नस्त्यात्मनात्मानम्
न हि स्यात्मानमात्मानम्
न हि नस्ति
न हि नस्ति
आत्मनात्मानम्
आत्मनात्मानम्
ततो याति परां गतिम्
ततो याति परां गतिम्
प्रकृत्यैव च कर्माणि
प्रकृत्यैव च कर्माणि
क्रियमाणानि सर्वशः
क्रियमाणानि सर्वशः
यः पश्यति तथात्मानम्
यः पश्यति तदात्मानम्
अकर्तारं स पश्यति
अकर्तारं स पश्यति
यदा भूतपृथग्भावम्
यदा भूतभृतद्भावम्
एकस्थमनुपश्यति
एकस्थमनुपश्यति
तत एव च विस्तारम्
तत एव च विस्तारम्
ब्रह्म सम्पद्यते तदा।
ब्रह्म सम्पद्यते तदा।
Yeah. So 27 samam sarveshu bhuteshu yah pashyati sa pashyati. Krishna is saying, what is that knowledge? What is clear knowledge. He talked about in 27. 28. Nahinasti atmana atmanam. So that person becomes amrita. All along he was mrita. Now he becomes amrita. Right? That is param gati. Paragatihi. Then 29. Akarta. Akartaram sa pashyati. Aham akarta iti pashyati. The kartritva bhava is there. Now 30. We are in shloka number 30. So here, the Atma being the Srishti Karanam, Sthiti Karanam, Laya Karanam is taught. Okay. And so the entire journey of Vedanta, Swamiji says, is encapsulated in this shloka. Okay, let's talk about that. Example of space. Space is a non-existent entity. That is our initial idea of space. Because space means emptiness. Things are in space. So space means nothingness. That is the initial idea of space. Then we begin to appreciate that the space is also something positive. Maybe nothing is pratyaksham in space, but it's still a positive entity. Okay. Then we say, in this room, there is space. There is space. You go to rent a marriage hall. You know, if you want to conduct marriages, you need to rent a hall much in advance. In India, you have to go 6 months, 1 year in advance. Otherwise, you won't get these halls. And so you go to you see the hall, very big. There's a lot of space in the hall. Then all rooms have space. Then all the space in all the rooms is really one space. Then even outside the rooms and halls, there is space. Then you realize, my God, that's not the case really. All the rooms are in one space. I hope you're following me, right? Previously, space is in all the rooms. Now, all the rooms are in one space. Swamiji says we should not say many spaces. If you say there are many spaces, then we will say that where the brain was supposed to be there is now a lot of space. Like that, Swamiji will tease us, it seems. So you be careful. So one space only there is, in which all the rooms and everything are there. Then, so that's the understanding. That's how the understanding goes. And then, of course, Vedanta will stretch that understanding even more. Tasmadva etasmad atmana akasha sambhutaha akashad vayu. From Atma came Akasha, space, then from space came Vayu, from Vayu came Agni, etc. So that space which I started out saying it is non-existent. The non-existent thing is called space. Now I've come down all the way to a realization that the space is the cause of the entire world. Like that, space is an example. Like that, we have to come to Chaitanya consciousness. Previously, consciousness is non-existent. Then consciousness is there in me. Then consciousness is there in everybody. Then it is the same consciousness that is there in everybody. Then Consciousness is there even outside the body, all over. Then the realization occurs, oh my God, the body is in consciousness. It is not the consciousness that is there in the body. The body is floating in consciousness. Chaitanyam, correct? And then Shastra will take us even more. Hey, that's good. That's very good. That's very, very good. Then you have to come to the point where you have to say, consciousness is the cause, the body is the effect. Consciousness is the karanam, body is the karya. Correct? That is where we are going here. That's where we are going. So, that consciousness, aham asmi, aham brahma asmi, like that, that's the journey. That's the journey. So, here, uh, and that journey is exemplified by the dream example, Swapna Avastha. Okay. And how hey, I experience a dream world. Everybody has that experience. Swamiji says, Swami Paravidyanandaji says, those who haven't dreamt, for them Vedanta is a bit difficult to understand. Like that, he makes a bold statement. Yeah. Because the dream example is so useful and such a very, very important data point. So the dream world we commonly experience, right? In which that world is so real for us. It's so real. In the dream world, I don't know that it's an unreal world. It's an unreal world. At least it's a dream world. We wake up and say, that was a dream. That was a dream means what? Hey, okay, thank God, all those experiences, all the dog chase and all, it really did not happen. I don't have to go to a doctor now. Okay? But that dream world is so identical to this waking world. At least in dream, you can something very different should happen. Can happen, right? Sukha dukkha, same sukha dukkha's are there. Same profit loss, same thing. All that is going on. Pitoshna, sukha dukkha daha, same thing there also. At least can it some opposite, some flip should happen, right? So I fell down and I broke my ankle, twisted my ankle. In this waking world, I scream in pain. But at least in the dream world, I should say, oh, I'm so happy that I twisted my ankle. And then people come and tell, congratulations, Mr. Jayakumar, that you for twisting your ankle. Nothing like that happens. Variety should be there, right? You say variety is the spice of life. This is also variety only, right? That variety, I don't see that happening. So that also is not there. Neither I have ice cream in the dream and I say I'm depressed. I'm depressed because I have ice cream. That also doesn't happen in the dream. The dream is identical, identical, totally identical. Swamiji says, no, it's not identical. I saw my neighbor had two horns, big, large horns. Yeah, that is because you've been watching a lot of science fiction movies. That is the problem. And then you also are good at copying and pasting. You're editing a lot of Word documents where you're copying and pasting. This is why you are seeing these. That is also part of insanity only. Nothing new. Nothing new. And so this is the world, this is the dream world. Okay. And then guess what? I say I am in the dream world. I was there in my dream world, in my dream. And then I wake up and I say, my God, I am the creator of the dream world. Previously, what? I am in the dream world. I am a creature in the dream world. Now I am the creator of the dream world. Big shift from creature to creator. What is this? Not an ordinary shift. Creature to creator. And okay, creator. I am the Srishtikarta, Swapna Prapancha Srishtikarta. I am the Swapna Prapancha Sthiti Karta, Sthiti Karanam. I am the Swapna Prapancha Daya Karanam. The dream, where did the dream world go? Went off means what? It resolved into me. It resolved into me. I am the Laya Karanam. I am the cause of that Laya also. Okay. That's that's the amazing part of the dream world. When I wake up, I recognize all these things. I recognize all these things. And so this is crystal clear to me when it comes to Swapna Prapancha. What about Jagrat? That's the question. What about Jagrat Avastha? This waking world. Okay. And Shastram says the waking world need not be any different than the dream world. Need not be. Need not be means what? Shastra is saying encourage the possibility that there is, just like you are saying, this waking world is more real than the dream world. Encourage the possibility there is something else more real than this waking world. Correct? Where is the proof? Can you give me the proof that this is the final world? This is it. Proof is not there. Proof is not there. And therefore, Shastram says, Mayyeva Sakalam Jatam, Mayyeva Sarvam Pratishtitam. Means this waking world is not different than the dream world. Not different means what? There are some differences, no doubt. But just like you were the Sthiti Laya Karanam of the dream world, you are the Srishti Sthiti Laya Karanam of this Prapancha also. Can you handle that? That's what Shastram is saying. Mayeva Ishavasya Upanishad, Kaivalya Upanishad. Mayeva Sakalam Jatam. From me alone, the whole world has come. Mayeva Sakalam Pratishtitam. In me alone, the whole world rests. Mayi Sarvam Layam Yati. The whole world, world, let's say universe. The whole universe resolves in me. That Brahmadvayam Asmyaham. Understand that that is Brahma, that Brahma is me, that Brahma Asmi Aham. Like that, it can't be more explicit than not some rhetorical statement. Oh, I am the world. No, no, oh, I am the world and all. It's not like this is very bold statement made by the Shastram for us to understand. Okay. So from creature to creator, correct? Swamiji uses that word. I'm borrowing from Swami Paramarthananda. Okay. Creature to creator exists. So, all right. So, look at this shloka here. Yatha bhuta pruthak bhavam. Yada, sir, not yata. Yada bhuta pruthak bhavam ekastam anupashyati. Yada pashyati. Let's start with pashyati. Pashyati, like before, pashyati is coming almost in 2 or 3 shlokas now. Yada pashyati. When the person sees. Sees. What does the person see? Bhuta prithak bhavam. Bhuta prithak bhavam. Bhavam means creation, coming into being, right? Who is to be present. So something becoming present. Here it means srishti. What kind of srishti? Bhuta srishti. The creation of this entire universe, Panchabhutani. And then what kind of Panchabhutani? Prithak, Bhuta Prithak Bhavam. Prithak means different. It's all variety. Colors, forms, taste, smells, sounds, everything is different. And that difference is enough for this entire universe. Variety is constantly happening. And then living, non-living, everything. Everything is different. Everything is pratak. Amazing pratak it is. That's why this world is we can't get away from this world. We are always mesmerized by this world, and we are also scared by this world. Correct? Mesmerized by this world, scared by this world. If somebody asks you, does the world impress you or does the world scare you? What will you say? You have to say something. You have to say both. It is impressing me and it is scaring me also. I'm afraid. If I say I'm afraid of the world only. And so both are happening, right? Bhuta Prithak Bhavam. And what kind of world is this? Ekastham. Ekastham means what? Ekasmin tishtati iti ekastham. It is all resting on one ekaha. Correct? Ekastham. That is the beauty of Sanskrit. Just they can make compounds and just very solid compounds with very solid meaning. Ekastham. Ekasmin Atmani Brahmani Tishtati. That is how we interpret it. Ekastham. This Bhuta Prithak Bhavam, this variegated, multifaceted, heterogeneous, beautiful world. Beautiful world Arjuna saw in Krishna, right? Vishwarupam. He asked Arjuna whether it was beautiful or what. He has some answers to say, right? He was scared at the end. So that so therefore that means what? Atma is Sthiti Karanam. Okay, here no, here it is no, here we should say Sthiti Karanam. By mistake I said Srishti Karanam. Sthiti Karanam is better here. Because next he is going to say Tata evacha vistaram. Tata evacha vistaram. So vistaram means this one, just amplifying, emergence, originating from, origination. That is what is vistar. Okay. And so tataha eva. From that alone, this has originated. This bhuta prutak srishti has originated. Okay, originate. Therefore, cause. This is what? This is srishti karanam. Tataha eva. From that alone. From that means what? From that eka. Ekasmat eva. Atmanaha eva. Brahmanaha eva. Tataha eva. From that alone is vistaram. This srishti has come about. Okay. And then simply saying from that atma alone, this srishti has come is not enough. From me alone, I must say. Otherwise, Atma, from that Atma, Srishti has come. Atma is something. No, Atma is not something. Atma is me. Aham, Asmi, Iti. I must have that vision, right? And so, Tataha evacha vistaram. And then we have to add Laya Karan. Laya is not there in this shloka. So, I am that Laya Karanam also. That Atma, that Ekaha is the Laya Karanam also, right? Then what? Tada, one more part is there. We'll come to that. Tada Brahma Sampadyate. Brahma Sampadyate. Sampadanam. Gaining. Okay, gaining. And so Tada, at that, if this is the case, Yada, then Tada Brahma Sampadyate. This person is said to have gained Brahma. Gained Brahma. You know what that is? Nobody can gain Brahma. An external Brahma gaining is not what is meant here. This gaining is through knowledge only because I'm already Brahma. Tada Brahma Sampadyate. Okay. And then how do I gain this? How does this person gain this knowledge? This is hidden. Yada Anupashyati. We talked about Pashyati. Now you can bring in your knowledge of Anu. Anu means what? Anu means in keeping with, following, following. The example we give in Sanskrit is Ramaha Lakshmanam Anugacchati. Okay. Anugacchati means what? Lakshmana was going first, then Rama was following. Lakshmanaha Gacchati goes, Ramaha Anugacchati. Rama is following Lakshmana. Because Lakshmana is clearing the way for Rama, making sure it's clear. And so Anu means following. And so here also, following. Following what? Easy. This is easy to say. Guru Shastra. Guru Shastra Vakyeshu Vishwasha Shraddha. Like that Tattva Bodha we studied. So that Shraddha takes him all the way, takes her all the way. Shraddhavan Labate Jnanam. And so Guru Shastra Upadesham Anu. That is the way to look at this word Anu. Prefix Anu. It's a very important prefix in our Shastra. Right? So, Kathopanishad also we saw the same thing. Uttishtata Jagrata. Very popular. Uttishtata Jagrata. Prapyavaran Nibodhata. Uttishtata, Shankaracharya said, Atma Bhimuka Bhavata. May you turn towards Atma. May your attention turn towards Atma. Enough Anatma. Atma Bhimuka Bhavata. Then Jagrata. Jagrata. Literal meaning is wake up. So Shankaracharya. Anadi avidya nidrayaha kshayam kuruta, he says. Means this nidra that you've been sleeping all along. For how long you've been sleeping? Anadi. Anadi nidraya. Avidya nidra, it's called. Okay. And so, kshayam kuruta. Like that he says. Tishtata jagrata. Okay, how do I do that? Prapya varan nibodhata. Varan prapya. Varan, Shankaracharya. Utkrishtan acharyan. Go to acharyas who know this clearly. They don't mince any words. They don't say Shastram says this. They will say this is a fact. They will say I can say it. Okay, Shastram says it all right, but then it becomes their words. That is why Krishnan Acharya, having gone there, then Prapyavaran Nibodhata. May you understand. Nibodhata. Avagachata, he says. Okay. Avagachata. May you understand. What should you understand? Shankaracharya there he says, Sarvantaram Atmanam. Atmanam Avagachata. May you understand Atma. And what kind of Atma? Sarvantaram Atma. That Atma which is there everywhere, which is inside everything. Sarvantaram Atmanam. And how should you understand Atma? Just that it is there everywhere. Aham, Asmi, Iti. You won't stop. Aham, you have to come back to Aham. Otherwise, it becomes what? Vedanta is all theory. Vedanta is all theory, correct? There is no practice in this class. It's all
Paroksha.
all Paroksha Jnana. Veda. Theory. Practice. This is not theory, my dear friends. And so Aham has to be brought. Once Aham is there, where is the question of theory? Theory and practice merge into one. Okay? And so that's the purport of this mantra, this shloka. What? The Brahmatva Praptihi. So Aham Brahma, Aham Jagat Karanam, Aham Jagat Adhishtanam, Aham Jagat Layakarta. That is the meaning of this shloka, right? And one who sees that the basis of the entire duality is non-dual Atma, Advaita Atma. Therefore, it's an important shloka also. Look at this, one shloka after the other. All the topics we've studied are all coming. All right, let's translate this. When one sees the diversity, of beings, when one sees the diversity of beings to be based on the one self, self within brackets, the one self, and their origination, and their origination to be from that self alone. Origination, Paramarthanandaji says, Dayanandaji says projection, and their origination to be from that self alone. Then, comma, one becomes Brahma, or one gains Brahman. Paramarthanandaji says becomes, Dayanandaji says gains. When one sees the diversity of beings to be based on the one self, and their origination to be from that self alone, then one becomes Brahman. You get the next one. Anaditvan nirgunatvat
Anaditvan nirgunatvat
paramatmayam avyayah
paramatmayam avyayah
sharirasthopi kaunteya
sharirasthopi kaunteya
na karoti na lipyate.
na karoti na lipyate.
Anaditvan nirgunatvat
Anaditvan nirgunatvat
paramatmayam avyayah
paramatmayam avyayah
sharirasthopi kaunteya
sharirasthopi kaunteya
na karoti na lipyate.
na karoti na lipyate.
Yeah. So, dream example we can continue to use. So we said in the previous shloka, this world is no different than the dream world. No different means what? No difference means just like I was the creator of the dream world, I am the creator of the waking world also. Not this puny little body, this micro, no, not that. I, the all pervasive Atma, is the creator. All right, that's the similarity. But then there is a difference between the dream and the waking world. We know that very well. Because when we give an example in Sanskrit is called drishtanta. An example is meant to illustrate, or example is meant to exemplify something. So that exemplified thing is called dashtanta. Dashtanta. So we are trying to unfold what the Atma is. And so, what is the difference between the dream world and the waking world? That also we know very well. The minute I wake up from the dream world is gone. Dream world is gone. It doesn't exist. And not only it doesn't exist, even the memory of that, all the things, beautiful things that I happened, sweet dreams, they say. And I don't recall any of those sweet things also. And even nightmare, okay, nightmare stays for a little longer, I suppose. And then after that also it goes away. So memory also goes away. World, of course, is gone. Okay. But that is not going to be the case with the waking world. Right? That's obvious to us, right? So waking up from dream versus waking up from ignorance. That's the way to look at this, right? And so Swapna prapancha disappears. Then waking up from ignorance, avidya, jnanam, what happens? No, vyavaharika prapancha, this drishta prapancha, vyavaharika prapancha does not disappear, doesn't disappear at all. Any funny ideas we have, now is the time to give up any funny ideas that something great is going to happen, my body is going to vanish. No, my body is going to be there very much. Jnani also will continue to have the body and will continue to have mosquitoes biting the body also. Everything will be exactly like that. Okay, exactly like that. And but then all that labha that I experienced in my dream, labha and alabha, okay, which I was affected in the dream. When I wake up, I say, you know what? I'm not affected. I'm not affected by all those experiences in the dream. I'm not affected. I means what? The waker is not affected by the experiences of the dreamer, the dream experiences. Waker is not affected. Even though the waker and dreamer are not totally separate people, they are very close. There is something. The dreamer is not different person, and so still the waker can say, "Thank God, it was a nightmare. Thank God, it was a dream." Okay, that person can say, "I am unaffected. I am unaffected by all that debt that I got in my dream." Okay, all that is going to be mentioned here also. Okay, so let's see that. Okay. Uh, Paramatma ayam avyayaha. Paramatma ayam avyayaha. That Atma is not subject to change. Avyayaha means not changing. Okay. And not affected by the Panchabhuta, right? That is the meaning of avyayaha, Paramatma. And he's using the same words from before. He's used Tishtantam Parameshwaram in a previous shloka. So Parama is there. And then he's used Atma in the next shloka. Nahinasti Atmana Atmanam. Right? And so here he combines Parama and Atma and forms Paramatma. I am Paramatma. This Paramatma is Avyayaha, not subject to change. And just like in the dream, the rain in the dream did not make me wet. I wake up from the dream, rain, and I was all wet in the dream. But then suddenly I wake up and I say, no, thank God. Even though I didn't have an umbrella in my dream, still it was raining, but I'm not affected by that rain. I'm not affected by that rain. So that is an important point here, which is what in the second chapter also Krishna had meant. Nainam chindanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavakaha, nachainam kledayantyapah. Nacha yenam kledayanti. Apaha. Apaha means waters. The waters don't wet this Atma. Nainam chindanti shastrani. Cannot cut, etc. We saw. Next sloka also. Achedyo yamadah yoyam akledyo shoshya evacha. Same ideas were mentioned. Na shoshayati marutaha. Hey, the wind cannot dry the Atma, etc. was said. Exactly like the waker can say, the dream rain, the dream wind, all those things did not affect me. Doesn't affect me. The dream sukha and dukkha cannot affect me. Like that. That idea is mentioned here. And why is that so? Why is that so? Anaditvat is giving a reason here. Anaditvat is saying Adina vidyate, yes. Only the one that is Anadi can say, I am unchanging. I am Nityaha. Nitya Sarvagata Sthanuhu. Achaloyam Sanatana. Only that Atma can say, I am Sanatanam. I am Nityam. And so Anaditvat, because of being of having no beginning. Ajatva, ajo nitya shashvatoyam puranaha, na hanyate hanyamane sharire. Ajatva, janma rahitatvat, shad vikara rahitatvat. Yeah. Because of absence of all the shad vikaras, because of including janma, janma was part of the shad vikara. So janma rahitatvat, anaditvat, nirgunatvat, cha, nirguna. Free from attributes. Only attributes undergo change. When something is free from attributes, change is impossible. So, nirgunatvat, guna. So, when something changes, two kinds of things can change. Milk becomes yogurt, curds, change. But there, what happened? Milk itself is completely gone. Originally, it was milk. Now you can't search for milk. Milk is not available. You can say some molecules are all same, etc., but that doesn't help. You can't make coffee with yogurt. And so that is some fundamental change. Otherwise, what? The substance continues to remain, but some other things have changed. Like gold becoming ornaments, like clay becoming pot. Their clay continues to remain, and you can get back the clay also. Okay? So, like that, gold becoming ornaments, various types of ornaments. And so here, neither of that can happen. Anaditvat, nirgunatvat. And then now comes the difference between dream world and waking world. Okay. Sharirasthopi kaunteya. Dream chala gaya. Okay. Dream is gone. That was last night. Now I have to come to the real world. You have to deal with the real world right now. Say, you have to deal with the real world. That is what he's saying here. The jnani also has to deal with the real world. Sharirasthopi. Even though the jnani continues to remain in the sharire tishtan api. Correct? Sharira is still there, the world is still there. Jnanam doesn't change anything outside. Even the body doesn't change, the mind also it doesn't change, really speaking. Huge change, but still on the Prakriti there is no change at all. No change at all. Prakriti continues to remain. Okay. And so, Sharirasthopi kaunteya, even though the jnani, yaha pashyati sa pashyati visa, even though saha, Sharirastaha api, continues to remain in this body. Okay, the body continues to be there, going through its process, whatever processes body goes through. And so, then what? Then what about that Atma? Na karoti na lipyate. This is the $1 million statement. Na karoti. That jnani can say, I don't do anything. Aham akarta. Naiva kinchit karomiti. So, manyeta tattvavit pashyan shrinman sprishan jigran. Like that we saw some chapters ago. Naiva kinchit karomi. I don't do anything. I don't do anything. But I don't do anything doesn't, okay, I need there no little more. Yeah, little more is there. That is kartrutvam. Na lipyate. Bhoktrutvam. Correct? Na lipyate. Lip means to stick, to affect, to be affected. That jnani is unaffected by what happens. What happens to his or her own body itself. Na lipyate. That's the $1 million here. That is a phalam. Abhoktritvam, that is a phalam. Akartritvam also okay. I am primarily a bhokta. Kartritvam is driven by bhoktritvam. That is why what? That is why what? Where does the word bhokta come?
Bhoktatta Manishana.
Correct. Correct. You know,
Kumarji, is it not the other way? Bhoktrutvam drives to Kartrutvam.
that's what I meant.
Yeah.
The bhokta makes the karta in me. The
Yes.
bhokta brings out the karta in me. Correct? Because if I'm happy, then I won't do anything. There's nothing to do. Therefore, that there Kathopanishad, Atmanam Rathinam Vidhi Shariram Ratamevatu, that chariot imagery was given, correct? And this chariot is the body, then the charioteer is the buddhi, etc. We saw there. Bhokte Tyahur Manishinaha. This complex, this huge complex, this chariot, this thing, etc., which is equal to my body, mind, senses, the Atma, all the Sukha Dukkha, everything, experiences, the world, interaction, everything. That guy is called a Bhokta. That's all, one word Yama uses. Bhokta. That guy is a Bhokta. That's all he is. And so, here, na lipyate. No, nothing is affected. Body can be affected, mind also can be affected. But the person's vision is so such that I'm the one who illumines all the joy and the sorrows also. Okay, na lipyate. But I am unaffected by that joy and sorrow. Correct? That I must say. I must be able to say that. All right. So in the where was Akarta? Akarta was said in 29. Prakrityai vachakarmani kriyamanani sarvashaha. Prakriti. Blame all actions on Prakriti. Prakriti is responsible for all actions. And then yaf pashyati tatha atmanam akartaram sapashyati. But Atma is Akarta fundamentally. That is why only the Akarta can sustain Kartrutvam. Abhokta can sustain Bhoktrutvam. That's possible.
Even in 418 it said, no? Karmanya karmanya pashyet akarmani cha karmayaha.
Okay, 418 also karmani. So like this we can connect so many shlokas. Karmanya karmaya pashyet. So they are both are talked about. And so here, that is what is being said. So this abhoktrutvam is talked about in this shloka, right? So let's translate this one also. Kaunteya Arjuna. Kuntyaha apatyam uman kaunteyaha dhak pratyaya. Anyway, that is for Sanskrit students. This limitless self, being beginningless and without attributes. This limitless self, being beginningless and without attributes, comma, is imperishable. Is imperishable. Dayanandaji says imperishable. Paramarthanandaji says unchanging. Yes, Adhyaya. Adhyaya has both meanings. Both are identical also. Okay. Unchanging. Full stop. Even though dwelling in the body, it does not perform action and is not affected in brackets by the results of actions. Kaunteya, this limitless self, being beginningless and without attributes, is imperishable. Full stop. Even though dwelling in the body, it does not perform action and is not affected by the results of actions. Okay. We will chant the next shloka and conclude it for today. यथा सर्वगतं सौक्ष्म्यात्
यथा सर्वगतं सौक्ष्म्यात्
आकाशं नोपलिप्यते
आकाशं नोपलिप्यते
सर्वत्रावस्थितो देहे
सर्वत्रावस्थितो देहे
तथात्मानोपलिप्यते.
तथात्मानोपलिप्यते.
Yeah, so you will be able to guess the meaning. He's bringing up the verb lipyate into the shloka. We'll see that in the next class. ॐ आपदामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम्. ॐ आपदामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम्. ॐ आपदामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम्. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः. हरिः ॐ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.